Welcome. I am Captain Focus, your personal assistant, and I will guide you through Focus and how to use its main features. Let's start first with the settings. We need to check the scheduling preferences to make sure Focus schedules your day exactly the way you want. Click your avatar or your initials, then go to Settings, then select AI Scheduling from the left menu. From here, you can enable or disable the auto scheduler, and the most important thing here is setting your work hours. By default, Focus has two main bucket types, work and personal. Any task added under work or under any bucket inside work will be scheduled based on the work days and hours you set here. Select the days, then the start and end time for your work period. The second bucket is personal, and any task under personal will be scheduled outside work hours by default. This also applies to any bucket under personal. The second and most important thing here is to set your rest hours. These hours will be excluded from scheduling. By default, we usually configure sleep time and lunch break, but you can add more blocks if needed. Again, this is important so you do not find tasks scheduled at 4 a.m. unless you actually want that. One more thing before we leave this page. You can also set your peak hours, the hours in the day where you feel you can handle high-energy tasks. Focus will try to keep these times for your high-energy work. Let's move quickly to the AI Agents page. Here you can configure the style of responses you get from me, Captain Focus. You can check your daily token budget and configure the daily briefing and the end-of-day review. These two agents generate reports for you. One to tell you what your day looks like before the day starts, and the other to review what you finished and attended at the end of the day. You can also configure the Objective Decomposition Agent, or ODA for short, and adjust its behavior. Now let's move to integrations. For the purpose of this demo, we will connect Google Calendar, Gmail, and Google Tasks. Connecting your tools is important because Focus can import tasks and other streams of work, then schedule them for you automatically. Once they are connected, you can customize their settings from here. For example, in Google Calendar, you can choose which calendars you want to sync. This means you will see all events from that calendar inside Focus, and you will also be able to create events here and sync them back to Google Calendar. It is a two-way sync. For the other integrations, after connection, you can access them from the navigation bar. Click Integrations, then select the active one you want, and it will open in the side panel. We will come back to this in a minute and show how to use them. Before we leave the settings page, let's review our buckets and add some new ones. If you missed this during onboarding, you can still change your buckets from here. I will add one bucket under work called Focus. You can select the color and choose whether you want to nest it under another parent bucket. Remember, tasks will be scheduled based on the bucket they belong to. If there is no bucket assigned, or if you add a new bucket outside personal and work, then these tasks will be treated as work tasks and scheduled during work hours only. One of the core features of Focus is planning. Focus gives you multi-horizon planning starting from weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly views. You can plan up to 5 years ahead. Incomplete objectives can roll over to the next period automatically if needed, and you can configure this from settings. Let's start by adding our first goal. This month, I want to finish the go-to-market strategy for Focus. Hit O, or click the plus icon in the month column, then add the title and the description. Adding the description is important because it helps the Objective Decomposition Agent generate more accurate tasks for you. For this demo, the description can be: build a clear go-to-market strategy for Focus, define the target audience, messaging, acquisition channels, launch plan, and the key execution steps needed for the next phase of growth. Then we select Focus as the bucket and hit Create, or Shift plus Enter. You will see the objective created under the current month column. From here, you can use the Objective Decomposition Agent by hitting the sparkles icon in the bottom right. It will generate a list of suggested tasks. You can select the ones you want, and then create them. Once created, the auto-scheduler will take care of them. You can still add more tasks manually, add subtasks, or ask ODA to generate more tasks later. Do not worry, ODA knows the tasks already linked to this objective, so it will try to generate new ones instead of repeating itself. But what if I want to add a task that is not part of any objective? Let's add a personal task, something simple like playing with my son during the weekend. This is easy. You can hit T anywhere in the app, fill in the title, select the bucket, and add any other relevant info if needed. Here we will ask the auto-scheduler to ignore scheduling this task. just to show how you can schedule tasks manually. To do so, let's move to the Kanban page. Here you can see your workload day by day. You can also change task properties, group tasks, select the sort mode, or even use compact mode if you prefer less information on each card. You remember the personal task we just created? Now let's schedule it on Saturday. If you do not see a column for Saturday, then from the top menu, select the date range you want to display. To get the created task, we need to open the reservoir, or backlog. Hit Ctrl plus Shift plus B. Click the icon in the main navigation bar, or use Spotlight, which we will come to in a bit. To hide any side panel, hover on the light blue bar and click, or just click the same icon in the main nav bar again. Let's now drag and drop the task into the right day. You can also use the Kanban view to check your daily agenda, and you will see your rest hours here as well. If you prefer, you can hide the rest hours from settings. You can also drag and drop tasks directly into the timeline to schedule them at a specific time, and you can tell the scheduler to keep them there by hitting the lock icon under the task title to avoid moving them during rescheduling. Before we leave Kanban, let's also open AI Quick Actions. From here, you can turn smart scheduling on and off, and you can ask Focus to optimize your plan on the spot. This is useful when you already have many incomplete tasks, and you want Focus to reschedule them again. Now let's move to the calendar page. This is where everything comes together. Here you can see your synced events from Google Calendar together with your Focus tasks in one timeline. You can also see the tasks that were placed by the scheduler. Just like in Kanban, you can drag a task from the reservoir into the calendar and place it manually. You can also create a manual time block, for example, a deep work block, so you protect time for focused work. This is useful because not everything in your day is a task or a meeting. Sometimes you just want to reserve time for real work. If you create or update an event in a synced calendar, it will sync back to the relevant calendar like Google Calendar. Let's now check the reservoir or the backlog. This is where tasks live before they get a date. Think of it as the place for unscheduled work. You can keep tasks here until you are ready, then drag them to Kanban or Calendar whenever you want. This is very useful when you want to capture something quickly, but decide later when to actually do it. After that, let's move to Analytics. Here, Focus helps you understand how you are really working. You can review your task completion rate, your focus score, your time estimates, your task sources, and how your time is distributed. This is useful because planning is not enough. We also need to learn from how the week actually went. Over time, this helps you make better decisions and build a more realistic schedule. Now let's move to Notes. Sometimes while planning or working, you need to capture an idea quickly. Here you can create a quick note, give it a title, and start writing immediately. The editor supports rich text, /commands, lists, tables, code blocks, mentions, and more. So if you type /, you can quickly insert what you need without leaving the keyboard. And this is not all. If you want to think visually, you can switch to whiteboard mode. This gives you a canvas where you can sketch ideas, flows, and diagrams. And one very nice touch here is that you can also embed the whiteboard into the editor itself, so you can keep the written note and the sketch in the same place instead of splitting my thinking across two tools. Finally, let's finish with Day View. This is the calm view of the day. Here you can see what is happening now, what is coming next, and whether you are currently in a focus period, a break, or free time. It is a very simple way to stay grounded during the day. And before we finish, let me show you two small but powerful things. The first one is Spotlight. Hit Ctrl plus K or Command plus K on Mac, and you can jump to any page, open any panel, or create a task, note, event, or objective from anywhere in the app. The second is Chatting with Me, Captain Focus. If choose Ask Captain Focus or simply hit F anywhere, you can talk to me directly. I can help you create things faster, explain what is on your schedule, and guide you through the app as you work. And that is Focus. One place to connect your tools, plan what matters, schedule your work, think clearly, and stay on top of your day.